Hello Reefers, and welcome back to Tidepool Aquatics. Got another video going here. So this was kind of a video that I just decided to do. Sorry, I got rambunctious with the camera. This is a video I literally decided to do as I was preparing the topic of this. The thing that I'm using. I'm using coral food. I was preparing coral food, okay, and I go work at it. I tried to add the suspense, but no. I am about to feed all of the corals in the coral tank. So I thought I would take you along for the journey, show you how I do it, and maybe can talk about why I think it's important, why I think most reefers should be able to do it. Ideally all reefers, but I know for a fact that not everyone's in a position to do so. Not every tank is in a position to do so. For example, you might have a nitrate and phosphate issue, a nutrients issue. Maybe you don't have corals that eat coral foods. So, but in general, everyone should do this if they want better growth, better color, and just overall, just the better health of the coral. Coral food, so corals have mouths. You see that? That is a coral mouth. On the scully it's very easy to see, but every polyp has a mouth in general. So this goniastria here has a mouth there, has a mouth there, has a mouth there, has a mouth there, there. These chalices have a mouth there. Yeah, you get the point. Even goniopora have a mouth on the end of each stalk. So the polyps of coral are there to house the zooxanthellae that they use for photosynthesis, but they're also there to house a mechanism for eating particulates out of the water, because that is another way that they can get nutrients. And in the wild, corals are constantly eating. There's so many different food sources in the wild for corals. There's phytoplankton, zooplankton, different tiny crustaceans, copepods, amphipods. There's food particles, decaying animal. It is so much, more than you could really quantify. So corals are eating anytime that they have their feeder tentacles out, but in our tanks we don't have that, and usually corals will only get their food from light, which for most corals is perfectly fine. They will grow and look just fine. However, feeding them will get that little bit of extra niceness out of them. So what we're going to do now is we are going to grab our syringe here. Not syringe, turkey baster. I'm going to mix this up a bit. Grab some there. Transfer it over. The fish tend to also like to go for it. But then we're just going to gently spritz. We've turned off all the flow, so there's no flow except a little bit from my chiller pump, but shouldn't be too bad. Now you can see there, the mouths are slowly starting to open up. And that's because the coral has detected that there is food coming, and it's going to open up. Now corals, I tend to find, have all different kinds of feeding mechanisms. So chalices, if we can get one to demonstrate it, tend to have a slime coat over them that catches some of the food particulates, and will after that slime coat has picked up some of those particulates, it'll then just suck that slime coat into each of its mouths. We can kind of see it happening here. See, that's food particles that are attached to the slime coat, and they're going to start, the coral's going to start sucking it into each of those mouths. Goniastria do it as well. A lot of corals tend to do it, actually. Goniopora not so much. Zoas not really at all. Oh, feeding zoas is a super important thing if you want just ridiculous, consistent, crazy growth and health. I tend to find when I don't feed zoas, they look perfectly fine and grow perfectly fine, but not as quickly as I would like in a farm setting, since that's what we're doing in this tank. As a farm setting, I do like to get a bit more growth out of the zoas, and feeding them just makes them look and grow so much better. So this is a mix of Reeferoids and a different brand from called Ocean Nutrition. They have a coral food brand, and Reeferoids tends to be the one that I just recommend people to go for anyway. Just because it's tried, true, tested, but there are other ones out there that are cheaper. Yeah. Sorry, the camera ran out of storage there. What I was saying, so Reeferoids tends to be the most expensive that I've found, but there's others that you can go for. But Reeferoids is tried and true and tested, and I do find that it works very well. But go for whichever one you can. You could even just use mysis and brine shrimp that you feed your fish, but I tend to find the fish eat it before the corals can at all. Now you can see here on these bow bankies, since they've now detected food in the water, they've opened up their little feeding tentacles. So they're ready and accepting food much better. Just like that. And they'll eat them over time. Anyway, I'm going to continue going through and feeding everything here. Oh, you can see the mucus is building up and will eventually make it into one of the mouths. Sometimes I need to push it around and it'll do a bit better, but yeah. Anyway, so yeah, as I was saying, I'm going to, oh, look at that feeding response. Very hungry. Here, have some more. Have some more. Delicious. So, feed your corals. It'll make them healthier, happier, grow faster, and overall things will be better in certain situations. If you have phosphate and nitrate issues, please do not. You'll just cause an algae outbreak and you'll be displeased. But yeah.